What's the business, everybody? Hey, there go the camera. The camera like me a little bit, just a little bit. It's about that much. Paquito, Paquito, Paquito. That's funny. Hey, man, y'all stay tuned in. Y'all see how I went live. I'm on air. 30 seconds. I was in this thing. Yeah, we're gonna get into these videos and we're gonna get into this topic on Judge Joe Brown and what he think on the Cosby. Say, man, I like that clip. Y'all gotta watch it though.
Let me clear my throats. Hall of Fame still in the building. You better know that. Clear my throat. Let me clear my voice first. You know what I'm talking about? The God. Yeah. Cobra. Throats. Yeah. Just get it right. Let me clear my throats. Yeah. Let me clear my throats. Think about this shit for a second, you heard me? Okay. I'm the man in my section. They got a young nigga flexing, but I still ain't got no cash now. Pocket skinny and anorexic. I'm the past, present, and the future. Fucking from the back, eating a cup of noodles. Last year I was trying to juice you. Ran it up, now I'm trying to do shit. Like rock. You know a nigga rock like a big dog. Hey, you know I bang with them young niggas. Everything gang on my side. My young niggas gon' bang when they pop out. I'm a little brother name, I'ma die about it. I lost my brain, I don't think about it. Keep smoke, keep drinking, no shame about it. Fuck it, run it up this bread, duck it. Bitches on my dick, suck it. Yeah, I'm with the shit, suck it. And I really don't get how these niggas got lit on way colder than niggas be thinking they is. I'm ahead of my time, but the nigga got kids. I sit back and think about the shit I done did. Like, dogs, let me gather my dogs. Let me gather my dogs. I had to get my shit together, you know what I'm talking about? I'm fucked up for a minute, man, you know what I'm talking about? I had to shake back, though, you know what I'm talking about? Fuck nigga, get my little brother, got me in my feelings, I don't wanna talk. I just wanna get some money, I just need a check, I don't wanna hear it at all. Need a minute, let me gather my thoughts. Fuck what you thought. Niggas be bumming, they talk until the nigga get the bus in the talk. Clear it out, I ain't tripping at all. Run it up, split the back with my dog. Bad bitch, try and give it that law. Fuck niggas, I don't hear them at all. I hop on the play like a motherfucking frog. Close range, you a motherfucking dog, yeah. Fuck it, better know your bitch love it. And I'm on my shit, it's nothing. I'ma keep shit lit, jumping. But I really don't get how these niggas got lit on way colder than niggas be thinking they is. I'm ahead of my time, but the nigga got kids. I sit back and think about the shit I done did. Like, dogs, let me gather my dogs. 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 Fuck the niggas I'm gonna shake out with the motherfuckers back here. Let me gather my dogs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was my boy Close Range with them thoughts. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me gather my. Yeah, he went jamming on there. Yeah, you know how we do it. We're gonna keep playing these videos so we can get it moving and popping. I got my boy Dallas Chuck T. We're trying to get even. Y'all know what it is. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and even. I'm trying to get even. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Hey, I'm trying to get even. Oh yeah. Oh. My bad. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in. Share the broadcast from where you at. If you on YouTube, share the broadcast. If you on Twitch, share the broadcast. If you on Facebook Live, hey man, just do, you get the concept, right?
Man, we in the goddamn building, nigga. Big business, nigga. You know what's going on, nigga. Hello, Mellow is on, nigga.
Yeah, that's Chuck T. Woo, woo. Sneaky Nicky Kid. You sneaky Nicky Kid. Trying to get even, sneaky Nicky Kid.
Young ball on the beat.
Sneaky Nicky Kid. 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 You sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. Can't trust his little body, say sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. They trying to get even, sneaky Nicky Kid. 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 You sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. Can't trust his little body, say sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. Sneaky Nicky Kid. You're trying to get even. Our numbers under fake names in your phone. It's a shame. Sneaking and geeking. Tryna play me? You got me confused with them games. You sneaking and geeking. Goddamn shame. You will get trapped playing games. Sneaking and geeking. Goddamn that booty fat. You tryna get even. Yeah, fat like a gerbil. Picked up, got me. Picked up like Urkel. I'm super strapped. Go ahead. Merkel would kill him. Funeral service. Funeral service. Della Chuck T. Turned up. Sneaking and geeking. 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 You sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Can't trust his little thotties. They sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. They trying to get even. Sneaking and geeking. 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 You sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Can't trust his little thotties. They sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. You're trying to get even. Money and riches. Dollars and bitches. Collars and pimps. Hoes on my dick. Lobster and shrimp. Just like the flip. Texas tea. All of my cup. Big Nicky pants. All of her ass. She like how I do it. She know I don't dance. Bitch, I don't dance. I money dance. In my pants is some stacks. Pick out them racks. Make your booty clap. Make your booty clap. On the floor. Bitch, drop it low. Let me see. On the pole. Bitch, get it up. Sneaking and geeking. 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 You sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Can't trust his little thotties. They sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. They trying to get even. Sneaking and geeking. 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 You sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Can't trust his little thotties. They sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. Sneaking and geeking. They trying to get even. Della Chuck T. Della Chuck T. Sneaking and geeking. You sneaking and geeking. Trying to get even. Della Texas. Young ball on the beat.
Oh, God damn it. There go my mic. I don't know what's wrong with this mic. Sometimes they want to do his own thing. One more time. Hit him with it one more time. Hit it with it one more time.
YTZ on the track, bro. YTZ on the track, bro.
Taking the clothes off. Fuck if you and your partner. I swear I got something that'll chop down to both y'all. Counting cats, I doze off. Then wake up and make me a bow call. Bitch, I'm from the Triple D, red that clear side like a nigga on stove off. Get by the bill, SMDL, yeah, I'm shaking my dreadlock. You see a nigga capping on the social app, but I see a dead out. She give me slop, talking with my. I got your bitch in a headlock. If this rap don't work, fuck around, be in the spot to the fed now. Came up off a stove, K-Poom by my coattail. Used to trap out the motel. Then made 100,000 off the dope bill. Made a couple racks out the ice cream, middleman on a blue bill. SB test say she know I miss text, back it don't know me too well. I got bucket naked bitches in my kitchen bagging midgets.
Bitch, I been hitting for them finger licking chickens for a minute. Strictly business, got my witness. We got choppers on the premise.
Talking about 150, ass and titty, choppers and glizzy, choppers and glizzy. I got bucket naked bitches in my kitchen bagging midgets.
Bitch, I been hitting for them finger licking chickens for a minute. Strictly business, got my witness. We got choppers on the premise.
Talking about 150, ass and titty, choppers and glizzy, choppers and glizzy.
Bitch, on my FINESSR. Just with bag up a big bizarre. Glass house school getting top like a jar. Bitch, don't leave no mess in the car. Zaza bitch got the best in the guard. SRT big flex, I'm a star. Stretch, I'm a star. Lee hit a repertoire. Holla here, nigga, be humming like he. Don't fuck around me, nigga, I key. Niggas ain't gangsta, these niggas just talk. No drive-bys, I green down walk. I know I'm grinding, you know it too. I don't give a fuck what you going through. I do my thing, bitch, you know it too. When it come to them hitters, I know a few.
I got bucket naked bitches in my kitchen bagging midgets.
Bitch, I been hitting for them finger licking chickens for a minute. Strictly business, got my witness. We got choppers on the premise.
Talking about 150, ass ass and titty, choppers and glizzy, choppers and glizzy. I got bucket naked bitches in my kitchen bagging midget.
Bitch, I been hitting for them finger licking chickens for a minute. Strictly business, got my witness. We got choppers on the premise.
Talk about 150, ass and titty, choppers and glizzy, choppers and glizzy.
YTZ on the track, bro. YTZ on the track, bro.
Breaking that gas at the mason jar. Ayy, this cat straight from LA. My boy pull ice out the carry on. You ain't talking paper and carry on. Smoking weed, cake with the cherry on. Swing the chopper like a bad bitch, I'm berry bone. I want the smoke from the top. I want the hoe for the top. Slop, mop, mop, mop. Young fly nigga, I'm jet lag. When it got right, when I lived dead.
Ooh, that was a kid right there, YTZ with that one. I got bucket naked bitches in my kitchen cooking chicken. Oh, bag of chickens. That boy jamming, ain't he? And he make his own beats. Hey, yeah, you know what it is. Bruce John Productions, live in effect right in your kitchen or your handheld or computer, wherever you at. What's up with it? Let me know where you at out in the comment section below. If you in Twitch world, YouTube world, or on my production page, I'll be able to see your comments because we about to get into this real juicy comment topic right now. Y'all lucky I ain't got my sound effects and all that good stuff because I would have been ringing bells and all that good stuff because this is some good stuff right here. I was on the internet earlier, kind of woke up to it. I ain't even gonna lie. I woke up and I was looking at Judge Joe Brown for the past couple of days talk about the situation with what's good with it, Jack. Talk about the situation with Bill Cosby, right? And matter of fact, I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna let y'all get into this. I'm fit to go on ahead and play this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get y'all own.
For joining me. Why do you?
I'm gonna let y'all get y'all own understanding of this because the way I understood it, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my boy Judge Joe Brown because if you're doing some bullshit, you know you're a crackhead. Man, y'all look at this clip, bro. We gonna watch this together. Look at this.
Welcome back to Black News Tonight. We are here talking once again about the case of Bill Cosby. As you know, he was released to most people's surprise yesterday, walking out of a Pennsylvania state prison because of a very interesting development in his case. And yesterday, many celebrities chimed in on social media. One of TV's most well-known judges, Judge Joe Brown, was one of those people who called out the way that mainstream media had been covering the story. Hours ago, he tweeted, and to be clear, much of this was in response to something I wrote, but he said, anyone who was knowledgeable of American law would have expected and predicted the outcome of the Cosby appeal. Mainstream media in Hollywood incite public disorder by lying to the people about the law and encouraging mob rule. Hollywood reacts to Bill Cosby release with shock. Here to discuss his recent comments, joining me now is Judge Joe Brown. Judge, thank you for joining me. Why do you say that mainstream media encourages mob rule?
I've talked to 43 lawyers around the country, 17 judges, and I haven't found one that was shocked by the verdict. Most saw the same thing that I did from day one. This never should have gone to trial. It's a travesty. It's a violation of due process and American law. It is part of this mess that mainstream media is trying to feed into the heads of the citizenry and poison them by saying that their emotions and their feelings are supposed to have paramountcy over what happens within the law. That's not the way it goes. I get people who never even took what they should have gotten in the fourth and fifth grade get to talking about how somebody going to disprove what these women accuse Dr. Cosby of. And the truth of the matter is you don't have to. They have to prove that what they claim is true, not the other way around. That's American law. I see too much of this show up on the courthouse, voice your opinion, and get the courts to yield to what you believe. That's not the way the law works. That's called mob rule, mob justice. And if you want a more egregious exemplar, take what happened to Emmett Till and
Y'all know exactly. Y'all know exactly what he talking about. You know how it is when you're off in there and you see the defendant over there and they say something and it moves. It moves the courtroom. It moves the judge. And then they rule in their favor, forgetting all about the facts, the true situation and everything. They just, throw that out. Fuck it. We don't need that. We just want to hear his testimony. Man, listen to what he talk about. Emmett Till, man. I'm just catching you up.
Every other black man that's been lynched in the history of this country because somebody got emotional and decided to suborn the law, go around it, and do what their emotions drove them to do. So that is the way things ought to be. Law separates us from the animals, and we can't have this disregard of the law. I want to commend this Howard Dean for being forthright enough to speak out on what the reality is, and I would suggest that they need to strengthen the breadth requirements at Howard University so I don't see such ignorance coming out of this profoundly historic black university. My father went there way back in the 40s.
Well, Judge, there's two things going on at once, though, Judge.
That I have heard come out of that place lately. And if anybody
so, Judge, I think there's two things
understand
happening at once.
Justice, they ought to.
So, Judge, I think there's two things happening at once here. And I think, on the one hand, many of us are legitimately aware, and myself included, that the criminal legal system doesn't give equal outcomes to everybody, that black folk catch the worst end of this, that black men, when it comes to incarceration, get the absolute worst end of this. And the Bill Cosby case is an example of a prosecutor who was dishonest. Bill Cosby, absolutely, if he's told that you won't be prosecuted for giving this deposition and then he gets prosecuted, that is a violation of his rights and that is a violation of due process.
Of course it is.
On the
violation
other
of
hand,
due process.
but on the right, but hold on, let me finish this point, Judge.
On going forward should be disciplined.
Boom, say that.
So there's that, but then there's the other question that people. So then there's this other question that people, though, have, Judge, which is a legal question. Which is not a legal question. I think those two things, to some extent, are getting mixed up. And the non-legal question is about whether or not Bill Cosby actually did harm. Legally, you can say he's not guilty because the not guilty stands.
He didn't do anything. American law, there is an absolute presumption of innocence until you are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, using due process of law. If there was no due process of law, that presumption of innocence does not remove itself and there is no valid conviction. If there is no valid conviction, that presumption of innocence stands as a rock.
So let me rephrase what he's saying. If you can't prove it, like the famous words of my boy before he passed, if it don't fit, you must acquit. Damn it, you innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. See, I'm gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, man. Let me quit pausing this. It's deep, bro.
For the defendant, it is to keep the government from acting in a dishonest fashion and using its powers for persecution. So Dr. Cosby
I think we're on the same page with that.
Found guilty through due process. He hasn't done anything. So under American law, the accusations are just that. They carry no weight other than accusations, and they must be proven using due process beyond a reasonable doubt. If they have not been, then they are essentially worthless, just so much talk.
That's so I think we're on the same page. So I think we're on the same page with regard to the law. I think part of the challenge, and I sent out a tweet last night that you responded to. I'm going to pull it up. It says, I said, Bill Cosby is not innocent. He has not been exonerated. His release means that Cosby, a sexual predator, was incarcerated within a criminal legal system that has as little regard for its own rules and procedures as does Cosby for his victims.
Man, I'm just gonna go on ahead and keep this rolling because I was mute that whole time with me talking. You so lucky. I was really getting into a very vicious conversation, but I left that on pause for y'all to read that, go over that, absorb that. His release means that Cosby, a sexual predator, was incarcerated with a criminal legal system that has a little regards for its own rules and procedures as Cosby does for his victims. Wow. America's dad, huh? Evidently you don't like him that much.
And you
He
responded,
doesn't have
you
to be
said,
exonerated. He hasn't had any law is a baseless accusation. It has no
right,
weight.
no, you. So under the law, I think we're on the same page again. But
American law, learn
problem.
this in the 4th and 5th grade, not law school. American law means when somebody makes an accusation, that's all it is. It has no weight. If there's probable cause, you have somebody answer the complaint. But if you cannot find someone guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, they have done nothing. They walk out of
No,
there with their
again,
presumption of innocence intact. How clear can that be? There is
no,
nothing
I
to
think that, I
answer.
think that,
He had a right to
I think
remain
that part is
silent
clear. No,
under the
I think
Fifth
that part's clear,
Amendment.
Judge.
And if he
Let me
remained silent,
let
the
me move the
government
conversation
had the
forward, though.
burden of proving his guilt. It did not. So he
Right.
stands
So I
acquitted.
guess what right. So what I want to do is just move the conversation up a little bit. I think you and I agree that legally he's not guilty. That legally he doesn't have any burden of proof. The state does, and it hasn't met that. Legally, his rights were violated. We're on the same page about that. I'm saying the legal question to me is rock solid. But I think what was happening yesterday was people were conflating those two things. They were acting as if because the state didn't meet its burden and because he was released based on the fact that he didn't get due process, his due process rights were violated, that was somehow proof of the belief that many people had that Cosby was actually not just legally not guilty.
Let me just say this. In layman's terms, what he trying to say is he was actually guilty of the crime that he committed. They just didn't have a proven system to prove that he did it. Sound like reaching for much? Just, I'm just asking. I really, I just don't let them talk. Fuck it. Just let them.
But actually didn't do anything at the moral and ethical level. And
So,
hold on 1 second. I just want to place.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me place the question to you. So I guess what I'm saying is, can we hold space for two ideas at the same time? Can someone, under the eyes of the law, be completely not guilty, and at the same time, can we have a public conversation? Because I know you talk about culture, you talk about our community, you talk about values. Can we also talk about the fact that someone can be doing great harm and even be a predator at the same time that legally they're all the things you just said?
No, because the law presumes them innocent until you prove them guilty. It is a specious thing. That's part of this new paradigm where everybody gets a trophy, a participation ribbon. Nobody's feelings get hurt. Freedom of speech gets restricted if somebody feels uncomfortable or undelighted by what is being said. That's not our reality.
So let me ask you a question. When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin and the jury found him not guilty, do you feel that the black community should not have continued to express outrage and call George Zimmerman a killer because of?
You're reaching, brother. You're reaching. If you don't get why the fuck you reaching, you're reaching, and you're reaching, and you're reaching tremendously hard when you bring up that wasn't even the same situation. What you're bringing up is a total situation. He had the law. He was protected by a law or a rule that was placed. That's what he was protected by. For you to say George Zimmerman, no, they don't have no, it just don't have no. Why would you even compare the two? It doesn't even have much sense to even compare the two. But you compared the two. How the hell does signify killing a person by a rule justify a few broads or a few women, excuse my French, or a few women saying that you know, you raped me. Dealing with the fact that these women pop Quaaludes before he even got there. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a lonely listener. Tune into this shit.
Under the law, he was innocent?
They should express outrage with themselves for lacking such political influence in the selection of the district attorney or in the even weight assigned to them. See, the rules are the same. But from my perspective, I think of all the black folk that have called me over the last 35 of jury service, all of the black folk that voted a handout where you've got a racist idiot on that handout for judge and they don't even pay attention to who's on the ballot. I think of all of the black folk who don't go out and vote for sheriff or effectively for mayor or for the district attorney and complain about it. See, when you have an opportunity to do something about it, do it. And see, most of the people that are off in the penitentiaries are not in there for playing Robin Hood. They robbed from their neighbors, burglarized their neighbors, killed their neighbors, raped their neighbors, sold poison to their neighbors. And the other thing is, it's not guns. It's not any excuse. It's we have got a lack of manhood and masculinity in our neighborhoods. See, masculinity is the imposition of a set of behavioral standards on a boy. So when the boy grows into a man, he has some things he has to do that he cannot get away with, that he is compelled to look to, making where he lives a better, safer, more secure place filled with economic prosperity, sense of purpose, morality, and ethics. He is a man of public peace, dignity, and order, who is a man of peace, who can be a brave and courageous man when necessary. See, we have to start
Judge,
taking
let me
our
pause you for a
neighborhoods
minute.
back.
We're going to take a Judge, I want to hear
Okay.
more about that, Judge. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break and bring you right back. I'm going to push you on some of those things as well. Stay with me. We got more Black News Tonight coming up right after this. Welcome back to Black News Tonight. We're talking Bill Cosby in the aftermath of his case. I'm here with Judge Joe Brown. Judge, again, early in the conversation, we sort of stipulated to the legal parts of this, and we both agree that everyone deserves the right to due process, and no one should be sitting in prison or jail for something that they either didn't do or if their rights are violated, or both. But you've also raised this interesting question that I think is worth unpacking a bit, and that's about ethics and morality within the black community and holding each other accountable and talking about manhood and masculinity. If we, again, assuming Bill Cosby doesn't take the legal stuff off the table, if we look at the depositions, the very thing that got him ultimately, the thing that ultimately got him locked up, and those depositions, and he's talking about the various women he had sex with giving them alcohol and pills, whether it's Quaaludes or Benadryl. If you look at the dozens of women who come forward and accuse him, is there room to say, look, Bill Cosby can come home because the prosecutor was wrong, but Bill Cosby also has to be accountable for what he represents and for acts of and for predator-like behavior?
What about these women being accountable for their own behavior? They were groupies. Well, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. See.
Man, how long? If you've known me and you know that I've known anything about this case, you know one thing that I said. And this is before I even found out about what really happened. But I know about those errors. You get what I'm saying? Me and my wife do a very clean, thorough research on these errors because our parents was groomed in these errors. We want to know why we have certain aspects of the game backwards. So we have to go back in order to go forward sometimes. What he's talking about is what everybody talks about, what they love: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It went together like butt cheeks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but right now I'm talking about Bill Cosby. I'm saying
we forgot what that term meant: sex, drugs, rock and roll. The bimbos come to the party, they hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time They use the hall closets to give head, the bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody. See, that's what that's about.
Yeah,
So, I
but
mean,
Judge,
let's not
it
get
has to be it has to be
sanctimonious
consensual
25,
though.
30, 40, 50 years after something was in big time style. When this stuff started out, the sexual revolution was going on. And a lot of women
Well,
got
so
into it deeply.
okay, but so
So,
there's
I
two things
mean,
you raised.
the
But
point
first,
is,
no,
yeah,
Let me, God damn it, here I go again. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Listen, how can you lock up a person for just providing the party favors to the party? If everybody, hey, I'm 36 years old. I done been to parties where they said, make sure you bring your own bottle, own weed, own shit. Make sure you bring your own pills. And most of the time, it be women that bring their own shit. They be getting fucked up. These are one of those situations. Now, it just so happened 45 to 60 fucking years later, let's just say 1,000 years later, you want to come back and say, oh, he raped me. No, this is not how that operates. So, what Judge Joe Brown is trying to say is, how the hell can somebody be guilty of rape when the only thing I did was provide you with what you asked for? To have sex with you at the beginning in the first fucking place. If anything, he should be guilty of fucking with white girls. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all I said it. You can say what you want. I'm not biased towards white girls. I'm not saying that you can't date them, but it seems as though this is the kind of shit that comes out. So if anything, he was guilty with fucking with motherfuckers that he didn't know, giving them drugs. And could you blame him? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was married at the time. Nobody knows. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody just looking at the fact that he supposedly drugged these women. And you got people like this brother right here from Philly saying he's a sexual predator because he provided the drugs. Nigga, I ain't being funny or nothing, but if I know that my woman smokes weed, guess what I'm gonna have when I come to the date? I'm getting locked up for that shit because guess what? I had the intent for my woman to smoke weed, even though she smoked weed. So with that fact, I'm fit to get my ass locked the fuck up. That's what's being done right now. Can you believe that shit? Are you shitting me? This ain't no R. Kelly situation where he was actually fucking with the 12-year-old bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or the 12, excuse me. I didn't mean to call her a bitch. I apologize. Because I am on air. I could be a little bit more what they call it? Empathetic. Emp- Empathy. I can have a little bit more empathy. You dig what I'm saying? I can do that. So with that being said though, does they give them the right to just throw some charges on somebody? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, people are actually getting in trouble for bullshit. It's bullshit. You can't sit here and tell me that you can get locked up, get your name and reputation tarnished just because you had a party and you provided the party favors. Then half the population that ever sponsored a party is in jeopardy of getting locked the fuck up. I think that's how they go. I don't know. Maybe you can call it what you want. You can say it's wrong. Hey, everybody has an opinion. Even what I'm saying this is my opinion. But I'm saying though, that's crazy. That's crazy.
News tonight. We are here talking once again about the case of Bill Cosby. As you know, he was released.
We gotta
Are
get back.
undelighted by
We
what
gotta
is
get
being
back into
said.
this.
That's not our reality.
So let me ask you a question. When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin and the jury found him not guilty, do you Judge Joe Brown, Judge, again, early in the conversation, we sort of stipulated to the legal parts of this, and we both agree that everyone deserves the right to due process, and no one should be sitting in prison or jail for something that they either didn't do or if their rights are violated, or both. But you've also raised this interesting question that I think is worth unpacking a bit, and that's about ethics and morality within the black community and holding each other accountable and talking about manhood and masculinity. If we, again, assuming Bill Cosby doesn't take the legal stuff off the table, if we look at the depositions, the very thing that got him ultimately, the thing that ultimately got him locked up, and those depositions, and he's talking about the various women he had sex with giving them alcohol and pills, whether it's Quaaludes or Benadryl. If you look at the dozens of women who come forward and accuse him, is there room to say, look, Bill Cosby can come home because the prosecutor was wrong, but Bill Cosby also has to be accountable for what he represents and for acts of and for predator-like behavior?
What about these women being accountable for their own behavior? They were groupies. Well, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. See,
yeah, but right now I'm talking about Bill Cosby. I'm saying
we forgot what that term meant: sex, drugs, rock and roll. The bimbos come to the party, they hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time. They use the hall closets to give head, the bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody. See, that's what that's about. So,
yeah, but
let's
Judge,
not
it
get
has to be consensual,
25,
though.
30, 40, 50 years after something was in big time style. When this stuff started out.
Judge. If y'all are familiar with Judge Joe Brown, you know he ain't got no filter. He say, look, check this out. He say, and they use them clauses to give head. To get down. That's what they call it, to get down. Oh man, say, Judge giving it to her. Hold on.
The sexual revolution was going on. And a lot of women got into it deeply.
Okay, but so there's two things you raised.
The point
first,
is,
but first let's talk about Bill Cosby. We can talk about the women, but let's talk about Bill Cosby. Let's talk about Bill Cosby for a second, because that's the person we're talking about. My question was, is there room to what did he do? Well, according to the deposition, he gave women pills, and in one deposition, he specifically said he didn't know whether.
Force it down their throat,
no, let me finish.
He didn't take advantage of them. Look at that interview Whoopi Goldberg did with that model Johnson. Whoopi got all on. So wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that
hold on, Judge. Let me ask the question.
He found out you were high, he called a cab, took the elevator down with you, put you in the cab, paid your fare, tipped the man, and sent you home because you were high? So what did he do?
So in one deposition, so Judge, in one deposition specifically, when he was asked the question, was he sure that the woman was sober enough to consent? He said, "I don't know." But there's a bigger question here: is if someone willingly takes pills and becomes high and drunk, can they legally consent?
Sometimes you can. Used to be you could. They had a change in there back 25 years ago when they were saying, no, you can't. But before that, basically, you could.
Hey, make sure y'all listen very closely on what he's about to drop. Some real live information right now that y'all really need to tune into. For real, about this law. He's a judge, an ordained judge, by the way. It ain't just a show. This is a real judge. He know his shit. He might call you a crackhead in the process, but he know his shit. You get what I'm saying? So pay attention to what he about to tell you.
That's why they told
right.
you.
So, but we're talking
Stay
the law.
sober.
So then, Judge, again, since you're saying
we
said I don't know, but there's a bigger question here: is if someone willingly takes pills and becomes high and drunk, can they legally consent?
Sometimes you can. Used to be you could. They had a change in there back 25 years ago when they were saying no, you can't. But before that, basically you could. That's why they told
right.
you.
So, but we're talking the
sober.
law. So then, Judge, again, since you're saying we should appeal to the law, if the law says that you can't be
intoxication, where you did something to them they didn't consent to. See, that's when that law started changing from you got yourself drunk, you're responsible to know the bartender's responsible because he lets you get drunk. That's when that change started coming about.
Bill Cosby's admitting to giving women alcohol and pills for the purpose of having sex, and if by the law you can't consent if you're drunk or high,
you go out to dinner or you have a party or something. So
yeah,
does
but
that's
not the same. That's irrelevant, Judge.
Of because they do something they would have done anyway? A whole lot of them I knew back in the years would
that's
take
sexual
drugs,
assault, Judge.
particularly Quaaludes. They did that a lot. I had a lot of female clients I had to get out of messes because they had a fondness for Quaaludes. It's not cool, but
it's
I mean,
okay to take.
Don't you bear any responsibility for this, especially if you keep going back?
So basically, what this argument is about is he's saying, shouldn't the person be responsible by what they're taking, knowing that it's going to make them incapacitated at the moment? And you're around a bunch of people you don't know, some people you do know, but you taking these with the intent on going numb. Shouldn't you have responsibility? You got Judge saying you should, and then you got this brother saying no, you shouldn't. At that point, you are incapacitated. Nobody should touch you. But then, let's say an everyday turnaround. Let's just say an everyday party. This is what goes on. A lot of women go to these parties. You get what I'm saying? I got my microphone. It likes to trip on me. But a lot of women goes to these parties and they go with the intent on getting drunk. Some of them go with the intent on knowing they're about to get banged up. Hell, they go with a nigga that they can bang up in the bathroom. So you should have that woman should have the right to come back 20 years later because there's no statute of limitations on rape. She has the right to come back and say, that dude had raped me, he had drugged me, which is all true. Because we were drugging each other. Basically, we were druggies. But now since you want to call rape, I'm in trouble. Boy, I tell you, and this knucklehead over here to the... Can we trade? Can we make a trade? I would like to trade fucking O.J. Simpson for Eminem. Can we do that trade? Can we take Eminem? Can we? Cause man, this is the reason why Knucklehead is like, let's listen to it.
So, Judge, let me. I want to lay this out plainly, just so, and I'll give you a chance to respond. I'll even give you the last word. If you give someone drugs and alcohol, even if they want to take the drugs and alcohol, if they get to a point where they are inebriated, where they are high or drunk, you cannot have sex with them. It is not sex; it becomes rape. And even by the legal standard that you're saying we should appeal to,
that's only the law in certain states. It's not for every state. And it goes into the same philosophy. It goes into the same thing. I didn't know I was going to get that drunk, so it ain't my fault I got a DUI and kill somebody. How you think that's going to float?
Right, but the difference is
And
the
plus,
drunk
you
person has a
have people
responsibility to
on
not.
the East Coast who want
The
a new
drunk person has a
category of
responsibility
felony
not to
rape.
get into the
It's
car,
called rape
but
by
the drunk person
seduction.
does not have a
In other words, you
responsibility
take a
not to
woman
get the
out, and
responsibility.
you decide to
If
have
we're
a
talking
good
about
meal, linen,
if we're talking
candlelight,
about
wine, dine.
responsibility,
You go for a walk in the park, my place or yours. Get over there, kissy, kissy, poo, seduction, clothes come off. Everybody has a good time. This crowd wants that to be called
this isn't everybody
felony
isn't having a
rape
good
by
time. One person's
seduction.
being assaulted. Right, but what I'm saying, Judge, is, and I
Nobody's,
got to
see,
run.
that's the point. He never admitted to what he did, was accused of, which is
How many people in your courtroom are admitted
unlawfully.
to what they did
All
that
he
were
did was
guilty?
they
Do
asked
you say
for
that?
it, I supplied it. They wanted it.
Okay, this
That's
is
like put
just
some
flat out rape
candles
at this
on and
point.
some incense when we do it. Let's go out and have
No,
a fine meal. Some Pinot Noir,
giving some.
some
This is
Cabernet
disgusting.
Sauvignon
Giving
to go
somebody.
with the prime rib and the lobster. And then we, after we leave the 5-star restaurant, we got a nice walk in the park.
This honestly is, with all due respect, is the most disturbing interview I've ever had in my life.
No, but see,
the idea
you
that
are into this thing where everybody's got to be protected. This society does not work when the society's obligation is.
God damn it, Judge Joe Brown. God damn it. Before you get into his ass real quick, go talk about this and disturbing. Listen, he say you live in a society where everybody feel like they gotta be protected, but that's not what the case is. Everybody is not protected. It's motherfuckers that are out here that are weird, that are raping you, that are roofing you, that are taking advantage of you. There are men out here that are preying on kids. There are men on it's out here. But Cosby is not accused, he's not guilty of it. And now the fact that this is out here like this, we done tarnished the man's name. Now, 50 years from now, when his name brought up in millions of conversations around the globe about, the black SBCU colleges, HBCU colleges, when you say that, you gotta say Bill Cosby name because he helped him put him on the map. Like he said, one of the most prestigious black colleges that we got is Hampton University. Hampton, ain't it Hampton? And that's one of the prestigious ones, right? It's a lot of other ones. We got, everybody know about the Gremlins and, Prairie View because we down here. There's still other colleges. We got the female college at Spelman. You know what I'm saying? You have Morehouse right across the street. You had Morris Brown, which is closed down because of accreditation. You get what I'm saying? You got Clark Atlanta. You got Southern State. You got Houston Tennyson down in New Orleans. Man, I could go on for days on black colleges. Mississippi Valley, Arkansas Pine Bluff. You have a million black colleges out here. And the reason why I know about them is because of shows like A Different World, The Cosby Show, because they wore black sweaters in the shows. A lot of these things that he's speaking on, and then for them to bring this out when the only thing that was wrong and done wrong was the fact that nobody was supposed to have no illegal drugs, but that was the norm back then. It wasn't nothing for a female to pop a Quaalude in front of everybody. Hell, you even seen movies where they was doing whole lines in their office. Matter of fact, you got a whole bunch of CEOs of their own company with a whole wet bar behind their desk. But ain't nobody saying nothing about him getting incapacitated and wanting to fill on out of the half the goddamn staff. He ain't on the motherfucking news for it. He settled out of court about it. You get what I'm saying? He ain't make the news. But here it is. Oh, no. This is what y'all say at him. He just to talk around the water cooler. Yeah, I know he crazy. Yeah, he does it all the time. The fuck? Ain't that rape? Ain't nobody putting his ass on the news. But hey, since Bill Cosby is known to millions of people, some white brows come out of nowhere. These motherfuckers look like they every bit of 60 and 70 years old. No disrespect but they do look they age. You get what I'm saying? They don't look like they young. And the statute of limitation, it's mighty strange how, because I'm tarnished of R. Kelly. I'm tarnished. Me personally, I've been tarnished. They did their job with R. Kelly with me. I don't know. It didn't do it with my wife. My wife like, man, fuck them folks. He still got the best R&B in the world. But I'm like, nah, I don't fuck with pedophiles. I'm just saying. But hey, who am I? Like I tell you, I'm just that lonely water in the ocean, that droplet of water that's in the ocean, right? So, yeah, what do I know? But the fact still remains. These accusations are true. He had a whole crew helping him get bras. Hell, he even had grown-ass men bringing him their daughters, along with the girl's mama. Hell, and he paid them all, made them sign a waiver. And that's tarnished. That tarnished me. Hey, you let me be. Hey, I can't deal with that one. I got daughters and kids. But he had grown women in his presence saying, hey, make sure you bring the party favors. They all popping these hoes like it's popsicles and pop and Skittles and shit. This is what's going on at the time. You come back 45 years to 50 years later to say he raped me. Oh, yeah, and he drugged me. He's forced to tell the truth. Yes, I brought the drugs to the party. So guess who looks guilty in this situation? Because he tarnished black brothers like the dude to the left. My left, you get what I'm saying? Judge Wright. He, it's that kind of, listen, if you don't see what's going on, you're going to be a part of what's happening. You get what I'm saying? I tell my kids this all the time. To be aware is to be alive. You got to see what's in front of you. Even if it is a lie, if you know what the truth is, you can depict a lie. If you know what a lie is, you know where the truth stands at. It's all the same. You just got to understand that they are out here to manipulate what you think. So you got people like Judge Joe Brown coming up. What's the lady that played his wife on the Cosby Show? Felicia Rashad. You got her. I don't even think she's saying anything right now, but they trying to put her job in jeopardy from what I'm seeing online. And it's a trip. It's a trip. It's a trip. America's dad. We grew up on this dude, the Huxtables. We ain't even know black people like him exist other than the Jeffersons. You know what I'm saying? With Thelma and Louise. He had a whole white friend. Count him honky on TV and everything. You get what I'm talking about? I guess he did the right thing because he faded into black before the end of his career. We didn't know him. The only thing we know him is being in the Jeffersons. He made a couple of cameos, but that's how we know him because he started saying no. Bill Cosby done got so big, he can't say no. He put a lot of people on the map. He was about to buy a lot of things. We ain't gonna get into far into that, but I'm glad they free my boy Bill. I'm glad Judge Joe Brown stepping up on it. You know what I'm saying? Speaking out on it, because this gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get they do things, but should a person be persecuted for a time in the sun with both parties was very entwined with one another? I should get in trouble because she decide of her situation at the time that she's coming out forth with this, or maybe somebody applied some pressure on her. We don't know what the case may be, but she came out of complete nowhere talking about she was raped by Bill Cosby, and you don't think that's gonna make national news. Now, when we talk about him in these history books, guess what he gonna have by his name? Just the same as Michael Jackson, just the same as Tupac, because guess what Tupac is known for in the community? As a cop killer. The only people that keep his name going is the black community and people across the globe that he touched. Michael Jackson the same. Before he died, he couldn't even sell out in the stores in the USA. How's that? We was the one that helped him get big. How was he not able to sell out in the stores? And what did everybody say about him? He fucking with them kids. All because he didn't have a childhood, so he decided he wanted a goddamn theme park and give our kids a childhood that he didn't have. Is he wrong for that? Maybe it look a little immoral, it look a little questionable to the outside looking in, but did they say something? Because I ain't never heard. We hear about them killing themselves. I'm just saying, something to think about, man. There's something to think about. That's crazy how they put that out there. And my boy Judge stood up on it.
To protect somebody from being stupid. You protect somebody's
No, it's to
rights
protect somebody from being
to
raped. But we got to
exercise
go,
their
Judge Joe Brown.
discretion
We can have a
appropriately,
conversation,
but
I
you
got
can't
to run
protect them
commercial break.
from
It's got way
themselves.
past commercial
Just
break.
like you can't protect somebody from liability for killing someone in a fatal DUI because the bartender didn't stop
I got you,
serving them
Judge.
when they kept asking.
Unfortunately, I got to run with way past commercial.
Man, look, only thing I'm gonna say about this, and I'm gonna get into these videos because our time about to run out. I just really had to play that because it stems from a lot of things that's going on today, just in the justice system. For umpteen years, I don't care how long it took for a judge to come out and finally say, this is some bullshit. A judge. This is a judge. We done heard it from lawyers for years. We done heard it from cops and paralegals, people that wannabes. We done heard it from all these but from a judge's mouth to hear that on a grand scale to say this some bullshit and a whole bunch of words that y'all just don't understand. They talking legal terms and all that shit. Pretty much is what he's saying. I'm gonna sum it up in a quick sum up real quick. He is saying Bill Cosby is only wrong for fucking with white bras, giving them quaaludes when he know damn well that this was gonna come out later on in life. Maybe that's what he wrong for. Or maybe he wrong for putting himself in a situation knowing it could escalate into I can use this against you type situation. Maybe he's wrong for that, but he's not wrong for no rape. He didn't rape nobody. He ain't rape. Who he raped? And then they crying, man, who paid you, ma'am? Who paid? Who granted is this on national television? Who did it? Who did it? Granny Poo Poo, listen. Social Security is for you. If you worked any time of your life, you should go get Social Security. You can get a nice little old check. They're gonna give you like back, they're gonna back pay you and all that. Don't tarnish one of the most profound black men and think you're gonna get away with it. You could do OJ Simpson. We gladly let you tarnish the fuck out of him. We gladly see that he don't like our black ass at all. Y'all ain't tarnish him. Y'all finally locked his ass up, but we was like, finally, shit. We tired of looking at his ass do dumb shit. Hell, us, the black community, we was like, God damn, now you doing some dumb shit. Now the last roar that he did do, that is some, they stole his shit. He went go get it back. That's some G shit. But goddamn well, you on the microscope, these motherfuckers ain't caring. They finna lock your black ass up. We gratefully would trade his ass in the fur trade. What's up? Y'all can have him. Let us keep Bill, my nigga. Free Bill, the whole campaign. They got him out. I don't care how long it took. I big ups to the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of people that's on the fence about the situation that think that Bill did it. Hey, if you believe it, hey, I don't know what to tell you. They've been knocking our black ass down for decades. We still don't know why the fuck we know why they killed Malcolm X, but it just puzzles us. Like, why we couldn't understand that? Why we couldn't understand the Emmett Till situation? We can go on and on for trials and dates and a lot of unfair and biased ass bullshit. But at the end of the day, people like him have a stage to sway your opinion. So the only thing that I say is do your due diligence and go research. Because I guarantee you, half of y'all that's sitting on here watching me done did. If y'all grown, we done all went to a party where there was liquor. I already provided. The only thing you had to do was get the cup off the counter. Go to the punch bowl and dip. That's simple. We all went to a party like that. I don't get it. I don't understand where we come off as that. It's like a lot of people look at Bill and be like, you know what? Toy, you should be despicable and despised as a man. Fuck off is what you need to do. Let us be motherfucking great. Y'all took fucking George Washington Carver from us. Y'all cut his balls off. Nobody talking about that. Y'all castrated this dude. White folk castrated. You want to know why? Because they didn't want no more smart motherfuckers like him. The person that industrialized Ford. They use his rule book. They use his blueprints. George Washington Carver blueprints to do the massive manufacturing of cars. This man should be paid, and his family supposed to have been paid. But guess what they did to him? But y'all ain't into that part. Y'all listening to him. And ain't nothing from the brother because he might have some good points on some other subjects. But this one right here, I ain't with the donkey of the day or none of that. I ain't here to do all that. But actions speak louder than words. You literally saying that a person shouldn't be accountable for their actions because they got themselves drunk. They should be left alone, knowing that they came to the party to have fun and fuck. Basically, we all fucking. It's an orgy here. Quaaludes is being popped. If you done pop the XO, you know what the fuck a Quaalude don't do. It's just a XO on a 10 power. I mean, are we not getting it? The XO make you love me long time. What you think the Quaalude's gonna do? I'm just saying, I'm just a lonely messenger that used to do shit. You get what I'm saying? I used to do shit. Hell, I went to a couple of parties. I ain't do the coke now. That was some other shit. I can't do shit up my nose. But the most I done did was pop a fucking XO, and that motherfucker had you love me long time. That's it. That's all you want. Well, me personally, I don't know about y'all doing freaky deaky shit. I know the only thing I want in my facility is women. And if the woman that I'm with doing it with me, then I think we fit to have a fun in the sun. There was a whole thing of us getting the motherfucker. That I mean, I'm just saying, nobody has went to jail for that. So it's right for whoever I was with doing that with. They could come back when I turned 75 years old and said that I was drugging them, and they have the right, and I get locked the fuck up. That's what they saying. With that being said, that kind of ran me hot. That's fucked up. That's unfair. That's biased to whatever. If y'all don't see white privilege, I don't know what the fuck y'all see. That's white privilege all day long. I don't care who see it. I don't care who hear it. You can say what you want. That's fucked up. That's messed up, jacked up, looked up, fucked up, over there to the side, tossed over there to the corner, left for dead. That's all that shit that this dude talking about. And then he got the nerve. He got the nerve to get smarter than the actual judge. Like he know his law better than the judge. He persecuting people. He's a judge. He a judge. But hey.
Shot on the beat.
Yeah. Yeah. J-Rock Obama. Yeah. Hey, Sean put a murder for hire on this beat. I'm the nigga for the job. Fuck with me. Look. This isn't fair. I shouldn't be a contestant. Sean on the beat is a veteran. Sometimes I feel like he be using me as a weapon to kill all these niggas, no question. Fuck what you reppin', how you gon' spar with a legend? Can't go too far if you legless. Gotta be out of your mind, apparently so, cause this young nigga leaving you headless. The slayer who might say a prayer for favor, then load up occasions for later. Get the nines and then I go Bobby J. I'm insert the barrel in the hottest potato. Gator told me just to do him a favor. Be the greatest when it comes to this paper. Feel I hate until he's showing his layers. Display the neighbors, then go on a hiatus. Hold up, my pockets is fatter than visceral. Rest of the money to pick it up. Please do not come in and pick with us. Clips hanging out of the fifth like peninsulas. Boy, stay in line like a signature. All of my partners are finisher. They could diminish it right in a matter of minutes. You won't even matter to anyone. Tripping while dreaming about trips into Portugal. Wonder how far will the fortune go? Cause I used to rap in the portables back when the fly shoes wasn't affordable. Back when the spot was the corner store. Back when Village Oaks and BFL used to have corner walls right in the front of the corner store. We was some carnivores. This is my usual, this is a musical funeral. Picking the beat, I will ruin you. They be like, who is you? And who you referring to? I be like, them, and you and you. You niggas square as a cubicle. Casket and suit'll be suitable. Nailing your bitch like a cuticle. She say I be driving her crazy. Bitch, I had Ubered you. I don't know why niggas hate on a nigga. I set the tone and the pace for you niggas. DOGs paved the way for a nigga. I got in and closed the gate on you niggas. So many bars and no escaping it, nigga. Name ringing in the city. Get out the way or make way for a nigga. Be grateful a nigga. Really bro, I'm just an optimist. Very aware how you niggas gon' copy this. I give him hell. Give him 2 L's on the spot for this. That's double hockey sticks. I know I'm good, that's me on some cocky shit. Keep a full house like I'm Jesse Consopoulos. Man, ain't no stopping this guap that I gotta get. What make you think you can fuck with me? You must be smoking that Huckabee. Smoking that. Hold up. You must be smoking that Huckabee. Say that. Look, what make you think you can fuck with me? You must be smoking that Huckabee. Heat in my dungarees, aerodynamic like bumblebees. Don't got a hook, but women get hung with me. I don't got time to be bothered with enemies, screaming and yelling all kind of obscenities. You gon' force me to go to extremities. In the D, you can go out like Kennedy. Got you some courage from cups to the Hennessy. Got 2 guns, now you think you Yosemite. I honestly don't have the energy to let niggas limit me, fuck a rebuttal. Me and my team in the huddle, you and your team like to cuddle. Put on some boots, and then y'all go jump in the puddle and play patty cake and blow bubbles. Y'all got me puzzled, money is all that we juggle. We tryna rise from the struggle, get out the bucket and catch the advance and buy us a shuttle to fly by the Hubble. You ain't got bars, then you wasting your rhymes. Stop it today and just say that you're done. Don't got the talent to manage the balance, say you just playing and do this for fun. Cause I am the sun that shed light on the fuckery. Know that the shine has begun. And if you got problems with why I'm a problem, nigga, then blame it on Sean. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah. Cause I am the sun that shed light on the fuckery. Know that the shine has begun. And if you got problems with why I'm a problem, then blame it on Sean. Hold up. Blame it on Sean on the beat. Yeah. Hold up. Fuck with me, Barack Obama.
Hey man, if your knees is ashy, you need to do one thing and one thing only. Get you some motherfucking lotion. Right now, not tomorrow. Lotion them feet, them elbows, and behind your motherfucking knees, nigga. Because you're ashy and you're not looking right. Do that for me. And we're going to keep this party moving and pushing. Big shout out to my boy J. Rock Obama with that jungle flow. We got Bushy Mr. O Clip up next. And we're going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for joining the live, listening to me rant rave about bullshit on this whole Bill Cosby thing. I understand that it is a process. We going to have to get it together, black folks. We going to get it together. So I'm going to keep doing what I do. I love y'all for tuning in. Shut the broadcast. If y'all be so kind, look up under this video below, hit the subscribe button or the follow button below. If you in Twitch land, you know what to do. Who won't beef? That it is what it is. Y'all know what it is. 214 Bruce John Productions LLC. Put some respect on my name.
Hurry up and get dressed. Why you ain't dressed yet? It's about to go down in there. What?
Get dressed. I'm going to bed. Get dressed for what?
Going to bed, nigga. It's gonna be. I got people coming, man. I got Flip. I got Tum Tum.
No.
Butter Go Harder.
No.
52 Savage. Big J out the South.
No, hell no. Butter can go harder.
Now.
Butter Go Harder can come because she's fine. The rest of these motherfuckers is not coming in here. You not fucking up. I knew your fat ass was up to something. You talking about you was spending the night. I got to live here. Man, you don't even live here.
We finna be lit. Hashtag lit.
Norbit ain't on the check.
I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could
the truth. Still answer calls from my ex, cause I be fucking her too. Slide slow down the street, 93 in the suite. Effing in for the beats, these niggas don't want Z. Netflix in the whip, pass the blunt to my bitch. Biggie Smalls in this bitch, just me and my bitch. Still tipping like Slim, I roll fat, no rims. I roll them fat, no slims. I'm a boss like him, still tipping like Mike. I mix the drink with the Sprite, hit the blunt with the light, and spit my life on the mic.
I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk wave, hop, and skip.
I got a wood grain dash, blowing out the bag. Watch me act a ass, nigga, I always blow his gas. Mine on cash, I'ma make it. Lady riding on the hood with me and she naked. Diamonds in your face, player partner, be you cheesy. I might run some game and make a yellow bone, believe me. I'm OG status, fuck a die Stratus. When I pull up, I'ma let a hater have it. Smelling like Paris, rolling up them big fatties. Make my trunk dip and do way more than average. You can't do this, but I can do that. Like my partner Lil Flip, making haters move back. Matter of fact,
I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip.
Lil Flip in the building, screwed up flip. I say any, meeny, miny, mo. I'm in the guinea riding slow. My Mitsubishi by the stove. We be leaning off a pole. If she holler, let her go. Who ain't got no bitches? None. Who ain't got no switches? Pet cemetery, tennis on my feet. I'm a G. Man, your verse is only 14 grams. I'm a key. I'm Pistol Pete with a chopper, sitting crooked in a dropper, and it's brown chinchilla. Got me looking like Chewbacca. My AC blowing cold. It's platinum, not gold, but I swear I got a 24 karat commode. I suppose most of y'all never been to Australia. Well, that's where we go. And shout out to C-No, cuz.
That right. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop, and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner Lil Flip. I could make my trunk wave, hop, and skip.
I'm on the beat. Chick Goddess. I'm on the beat. Yeah. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Yeah. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl. Pop, pop, pop it like a rubber band. Got so much ass, need 2 hands. Twerk, twerk, twerk it in a circle then. Shake your ass real fast with no hands. If you a bad bitch, that's your lashes. Point them out, show that nigga who the savage. Don't let him grab it, check where his bag is. Cause if you don't, little bitch, you're getting catfish. Whichever way you go, shake it on the floor or pole. Shake it furnace Eskimo, hit the Dougie, mop the flow. Do the old Tootsie Roll, do the nasty dip it low. Hit the Quan, they slow, do it with your own flow. Drill. It don't matter where you at, ladies, if you got that drip. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it get low for 'em. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show 'em what you know, girl. Watch it how I shake my hips. Ass so fat, can't get a grip. Shit so tight, you barely fit. Fake bitches fraudulent. Bitches lying on they shit. Y'all bitches counterfeit. Bounce with me should be legit. I'm a real bitch started kid. A real bitch started this. Pop it open, doing splits. Teach you how to leave them stiff. On my soul, y'all little drip. Groupie niggas tryna trick. On my bumper, nugget pick. Pussy taste like berry cherry, and I bet you wanna lick. Bounce it, twerk it, lose his ass. Set the dick, unbreakable. Broke him, guess he missed the glass. You know I'm highly capable. Want ass, I want cash, so I'm never comfortable. Blue stuffed in duffel bags, known to just fuck up a few. Fuck up a few, fuck up a few. Safety zone is always cool. Step up on you bitches' neck, making sure you is in check. Known for taking my respect. Show me what a lot to take. You mad, stay mad, I'm Mrs. Clue. Figure it out which one you choose. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. He wanna see you drop it down and get low for him. Drop it to the flow, girl. Show him what you know, girl.
Okay, man. It's like this looks like a nice spot here, man. Yeah. Man, it's like I'm digging the digs, bro. Like this whole little guy right here, bro. But I'll just let you know, man. Come some honeys here, bro. 'Cause I gotta have honey,
bro. Just trust me on this one, bro.
Bro, if this okay, man. I trust you, man.
Trust me on this one.
Okay, man. This the spot though.
Hello.
Oh,
What was the sugar mamas? Well, the mamas come fit.
Okay.
What would you like to get?
Man, there's nothing on my menu right here.
Excuse my friend, but I'll have the usual. Get him a. He wants a big bottle.
A big bottle? Oh, okay. What's a big bottle?
That would be me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm not gonna worry about this.
Oh, okay.
But I'll be back.
The spot, okay.
Yo soy esa perra, te tengo a mis pies. Tú quieres esto, pero yo quiero el dinero. Su nombre es Honey Banks, bitch.
Yeah, I went and swooped the dick up. Shit, I was on a little run. Cause he look like he working with something. I hope it he make it be run. I hope it he make it be run. I hope it he make it be run.
Shot like a gun, dick on with run. I'm tryna come, just having fun with somebody's
son. I hope it really make it be run though. I hope it really make it be run. I hope it really make it be run though. I hope it really make it be run. I hope it really make it be run though. I hope it really make it be run. I hope it really make it be run though. I hope it really make it be run.
Say his mama from Morocco. Say he eat it at the opera. Nerdy kinda talk proper. Say he align in my chakras. Boy, I pop a red and vodka shit. Nigga pop it pussy like a locker. Peep that ass in this Perivia. Then he hit me with a chopper. First let me pull up the champagne. You ain't gotta worry about a damn thing. Switch times on my high club. I let Miami my main thing. He gave me that tongue on the sticky bun. Said it was young. Made that shit run. Shot like a gun. Think I'm with run. I'm tryna come with somebody's son. Yeah. I'm just tryna have some fun with you. 69, I'm tryna come with you. Somebody's son. Click, click, pow, and put that gun on me. I just wanna have some fun with you. Yeah.
I hope you really make it be run though. I hope you really make it be run. I hope you really make it be run though. I hope you really make it be run. I hope you really make it be run though. I hope you really make it be run. I hope you really make it be run though. I hope you really make it be run.
Baby, you understand? You ain't gotta be my man. Hit a nigga with the drip. I already was the stand. Hit a nigga with the grip. Nigga, that was pen. Hit a nigga with the false. And the motherfucker louse. And he like that. I'm thick to my salad and tossing. Buy me whatever he love to say sausage. Loving them lips and he love how they glossy. Took me to breakfast. I don't need no sausage. We on them mimosas in Costa Rica. Curly hair, he think I'm Puerto Rican. Go get the camera, say this is secret. And I know how they act me around your people. He gave me that tongue on that sticky bun. Said it was young. Made that shit run. Shot like a gun. Dick on the run. I'm tryna come with somebody.
Y'all know who that is. That's the girl Honey Banks. Big shout out to her doing her thing. Y'all see at the bottom of the screen, I said she had one of them features in a movie. I'm gonna let y'all leave that to concept and go research that on your own. You dig? Shout out to the chick Jen Goddess straight out of Chi-Town. Jen Goddess. Yep. Y'all make sure y'all go tune in to these local artists out here, man. I'm telling you, they doing a lot of things. And you could be one of those people that can be part of that before they become. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep these videos rolling before we get off air, man. I got the one of the queens, DD Warbucks, coming up next with that Hood Love. I think this is kind of a little kinky. So I hope you ain't got your kids watching my show right now, because it is some very explicit things going on right now.
But this shit ice.
What you wanna do? Yeah. Do you wanna make love in the backseat? He gon' have me so wet in the backseat. Yeah, I gotta be in love. I'm a big freak, big freak. What you wanna do? Yeah. He gon' shoot up the club tonight. And I'm feeling myself. I keep touching myself. We gon' make the baby ride. He gon' have me, wanna gon' have me screaming. I'ma gon' make love and they keep on gripping. He gon' wanna lay up, he ain't gon' wanna leave. Gon' give me the key, gon' give me the ring. He like a dog and he gon' trick on my tree. I make love to the beat, we gon' fuck up the beat. Gon' ahead, give me that good shit. Cause he hood sex and I'm so wet. He keep begging me, yeah. Do he want for me good, yeah, yeah, and I love a real nigga that come from the hood, yeah. We listen to the show to see. Start rolling my eyes and falling in love with me. Yeah, that me, come hit it, that me, come get it. What you gon' do? He gon' go deep in it. I feel it, probably that mini kid in me. That mini kid in me, yeah, that mini kid in me. I don't wanna be free, I don't wanna end up in, I just want you in me, kid. Yeah, cause this hood said, yeah, bitch, I'm so wet, yeah, BD Warbucks and I'm so up like hood, bitch, yeah,
Would you look at this? It's a half-pint film, bitch!
Party on the beat and this bitch hit like the first blunt of the day.
Hey. Word around town that a nigga gon' rob me. Oh. Yeah, I hope it don't try me. Pistol like a service dog, I keep the bitch by me. I play wide receiver, but don't make me catch a body. All you niggas snakes, yeah, I used to watch Crocodile Hunter. When I see you fuck, niggas say Crockett. Ooh, yeah, I'm all about the profit. Ooh, yeah, my favorite word deposit. Ooh, white chinchilla in the middle of the summer. I got at your baby mama and I hit her like a drummer. Like marijuana, it get fucking like a son smoking on it. Presidential smoking on it, Obama. Now you don't want a nigga said he was a shooter. When I put him on the court, he ain't got no jumping. Ooh, pack swollen, I feel strong. Ooh, real nigga like kill mom.
Let the fam know I ain't going out without a fight. If it's wrong, then it's wrong, but it feels so right. Like Kendrick say, nigga, we gon' be alright. Do my pitch like Beyonce, we be all night. Okay, I'ma admit it. I'm just in love with these big booty bitches. Hold on, officer, why is you tripping? All of this weed over here is prescription. Let the fam know I ain't going out without a fight. If it's wrong, then it's wrong, but it feels so right. Like Kendrick say, nigga, we gon' be alright. Do my pitch like Beyonce, we be all night. Okay, I'ma admit it. I'm just in love with these big booty bitches. Hold on, officer, why is you tripping? All of this weed over here is prescriptive. Fuck the internet, I ain't tryna go viral. I got at your baby mama and I beat it like Mike. Got a bitch named Harley, ride it like a motorcycle. And her parents real religious, so she like to read the Bible. Skip church just to fuck, she a nasty little slut. For the longest she been wanting me to put it in her butt. Hey, damn little mama, that's a bummer. Hey, I'm 2H2 like a Hummer. If Ronnie put him on the court and he ain't got a jumper, I'ma have to take the rock and hit the bitch at the buzzer. Yellow teeth bitch, she been wanting me to fuck her, send the popcorn emoji cause her shit look like butter. Stop comparing me to niggas, know I'm not your little brother. And it's only one Tuesday, there'll never be another. Way before the strikes, I've been bowling all my life. I just had to let them know I got the shit up at the gutter. Hey.
everything.
More motherfucking 3, nigga.
Whoa. Yes. Man, these niggas think she gravy like everything sweet. Man, they thinking I'm supposed to do it, they ain't think me. Man, I gave my mama my room and sleeping on the floor. Where was you when I need bail money running from them folks? Nigga acting like I hit a jug and I ain't let them know. Where was you when I was dead, bro? When I was selling up? Or how about when I was stared up? I was banged up, laid up, hammer cloned it, couldn't change up. Nah, nigga, I here bossing, nigga flossing. Every player, nigga mossing, boy, I'm ballin'. I got these diamonds out the faucet, bang on retarded. If it ain't about the money, then it ain't important. Yeah, yeah. Where were you when I was sleeping on the floor? Where were you when they didn't fuck with me because that I was broke? Where were you when I had asked a nigga always told me no? Stood tall and never fall. All I had was faith and hope. Yeah, yeah. Whoa. All I had was faith and hope.
All I had was faith and hope. Whoa.
Whoa. All I had was faith and hope.
I'm on summer 3 line. Yeah.
All I had was faith and hope.
Yeah.
All I had was faith and hope.
Where were you when I got locked away? Locked away. Locked down, no visit, I'm straight great. I'm in the trenches with AK. You tryna kick it now? Not today. Not today. And by the way, I shoot choppers like Dr. J. Clutching Rugers, Glock in the case. Stood on the block, we ate. 38 snug tucked in my dip. I'm just a block away. Just got evicted, bitch, I remember. No, I can't smile today. I'm in my feelings, you gotta listen. Fuck them holidays. My nigga got 20 on his conviction. Make mama proud today. Was just in the kitchen, we sharing chick. Now mama proud to say my son born whipping S550. Fuck the shit we can't control. All I had was faith and hope. All I know is pray and go. Shooters on go, I say they blow. Get the dough, that's all I know. Laws coming, da-da-do. Get the guap, they probably won't. We in the spot like lock the door. Block the block, that Miley roll. Them choppers out, we stop and blow. Rock for right, no, I won't fold. Go ask the cops, I never told, yeah.
All I had was faith and hope.
All I had.
Whoa. All I had was faith and hope.
Just a little faith and hope is all I had, you know it, yeah.
All I had was faith and hope.
And when I make it to the top, they gon' hate some more, yeah.